Hey guys, it's PlazmaScream. This week we're going to talk about two things. Number one, the challenge character for this week being Blackest Martian Manhunter. And number two, the multiplayer gear that we had last season being the Scarecrow's mask, Scarecrow's ventilator mask. The reason why we're going to talk about both of them is because these are two things that go pretty well together, but we're going to talk about other things Scarecrow's mask is good for as well, and other characters that are a good fit for it as well. And of course, we have Arkham One's Deadshot NPCs, and so definitely make sure you get that guy and get as high of placement as you can. This is one of the best characters in the game, one of the best carries in the game. This guy's absolutely insane. Get as high as you can. This is a very, 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 very good character. But anyway, first, let's get into the challenge character, being Blackest Martian Manhunter, which is a Blackest character. He has stats that is 1,000 damage and I believe 1,250 health, 1,300 health, something like that. His passive is called Shifter. So he has three phases: blue phase, red phase, yellow phase. Blue phase is the defense phase. He takes much less damage in the defense phase. He has incredible damage reduction during that phase, so attacks will just not even really hurt them that much. And then after a few seconds, he will switch to red phase, which is life drain. Any damage that he does will get greatly absorbed to his health, and not just his health, but the health of the entire team. That goes for specials, basics. I want to say super moves. Do not quote me on that. I have not used a super move with this guy like that in a long time. But most importantly in that is if he does DOT damage while there is the red phase, whether it's his DOT or a teammate's DOT, he will heal off of that DOT that he's inflicting on the opponent. So if you have a particularly powerful DOT character, like say, I don't know, Arcanite Catwoman, just for example, the DOT that she did will heal him and the entire team while he is tagged in and the red phase is active. And that also accounts for gear DOT as well. So if you do like the Master's Death Card plus Ibistic, that interaction, when you tag in, you go for a special right away, and applies DOT a whole bunch of times, you will heal so much freaking health from that. And not just him, again, the entire team. You can like full heal your team from doing that. So that's extremely nice. And the last phase, the yellow phase, affects his power generation. He gets increased power generation on his basic attacks during that phase. Not as impressive as the other two ones, but still pretty cool. So that is his passive. His challenge, pretty easy. Sinestro, Cyborg, Lex Luthor. These are all bronze characters. You should be able to do this challenge early on, and you should, because this is a very cool character. It's one of my favorites, actually. When I was earlier on in my Injustice quote career, he was one of my favorite characters. I've always loved Martian Manhunter, Blackest Night. He is just a sick looking character and sick passive. He's really cool, man. But anyway, let's talk about gears and teammates. So there used to be a team that I used with him, and it involved utilizing New 52 Wonder Woman to feed him power through her passive. Whenever she goes for a special attack or super move, she will give Justice League teammates power. Martian Manhunter does qualify for a Justice League character, so that includes Blackest Martian Manhunter. When she goes for her specials, she can give him power. Special 1 gives 50% of 1 bar, and a special 2 will give 1 bar right away. Now that actually has really good synergy with Batman Ninja Helmet, and Batman Ninja Helmet has great synergy with other damage reduction gears as well. One of them being Scarecrow's mask. So, if you combine a gear setup like this, Batman Ninja Helmet, Killer Dog Companion card, and Scarecrow's mask, you can get him a lot of power very quickly, and to the point where he will basically take little to no damage at all from blocking specials. And what's cool about this is during the blue phase, like I said, he gets incredibly high damage reduction, and damage reduction stacks with these gears. These are all three damage reduction gears. Ninja Helmet gives more damage reduction per power that you have, more power you have, the tankier you are, basically. Killer Croc Companion card evolved just gives flat damage reduction for specials and basics. And Scarecrow's Mask, you might not know this, the reflect part right here actually is classified as damage reduction and therefore will stack alongside other forms of damage reduction, meaning if you have enough damage reduction, you can get to the point where you are taking 0 damage from basics and specials. And with this build, you have a lot of damage reduction, so he can become invincible. So there's that. Now the last character can be anybody that is good as of a Gear Shatterer, because generally you do still want Gear Shatterers for, you know, your team, even if you have a very good character like New 52 Wonder Woman, who is excellent at it. So I use New 52 Wonder Woman plus Mana Steel Superman, and I give Mana Steel Superman power through her passive to allow him to shatter gears. Now his passive is kind of crazy. He has like a 30 or 40% chance, something like that, to basically refund his power. So you just spam specials over and over and just fire off a whole bunch of, you know, special ones over and over and over. Now, you're not guaranteed to happen, but there's a good shot at that happening. And sometimes you can get kind of crazy and just keep doing a bunch of them over and over, and it's insane to watch. It's funny. I usually do this right here: Ibistic plus Claw Horse plus Enchantress. That way you're both shattering gears and applying DOT. And Enchantress plus gear effect interaction can actually make you apply multiple gear effects, and that includes Claw Horse and Ibistic. There's not Astro Hornets on this team, so if you wanted to, you could do something like this if you wanted. Generally, you do want to have Astro Hornets on most teams, but I do admit not having Astro Hornets on this team does kind of hurt sometimes. So if you wanted to fit that in there, you absolutely could. So that is that team. Now I'm going to showcase this in some matches. So we're going to go to, say, bonus battle 6. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and put our characters on. Okay, so there's Manhunter right there. Mana Steel Superman. And like I said, you can use a different character over Superman here. If you wanted to, you could use, I don't know, any Justice League character that's good as gear shattering, whether it's Batman, Ninja Batman, you know, Batman Prime, Insurgency Batman. Batman's are usually good picks because they're good at gear shattering and also they're Justice League characters, so they get the power from Wonder Woman. Makes for a really good combo. But for this video, we're going to focus on, you know, Superman and Manhunter. Okay. So you're going to see what happens when Manhunter is fed a lot of power, then he tags in, and his phases start activating. And you're going to see just how powerful this little gear combo is, and all this synergy we got going on. So, go Wonder Woman, and we're going to go Special 1. We're just going to wait till we can tag out, and go. Now watch. Very little damage from basics. See that? She just threw a Special 1, and I healed from it. I just healed from the damage of the Special 1. Blue phase should activate right now. See that? 0 damage. Absolutely none. 9 damage from basics. Watch this. 0. I saw a 2 in there. Watch this. Watch all this health regain. Look at that. By this point, I'm just like taking nothing. I can just sit here all day. He's killing himself in the process here. I can just sit here and hold my block all day long. His basics are doing 0 damage at this point. Hit me. Go ahead. Yep, I just healed the health back too. This is incredibly useful for challenge mode and story mode because they get a lot of power when they attack you like this. So you can just sit there all day. Like, this is a promoted Flash. He has quite a lot of stats. Like, this is like a boss Flash. So he has a lot of damage, like way more than normal, right? But even then, this is Elite 0 gold, and I am just taking nothing for his attacks. I'm healing for his attacks. Boop, dead. Boop. Still can't hurt me. Boop. Oh, he took damage. But it was still so little because of Avenger Helmet. Boop, boop, boop. 0 damage. Let's just finish her off. And boom. I could have done that all day long. Manhunter was never going to die. Ever, ever, ever. Again, this is an Elite 0 Blackest Manhunter. I have no augments on him. I have no promotions on him. And he could just sit there all day long and basically KO the entire team eventually because of the Scarecrow's Mask reflect damage. And he wouldn't even run out of health either because Scarecrow's Mask, the reflect damage during the life drain phase actually acts as damage dealt to the opponent. Therefore, he heals from the damage that they tried to do to him that gets reflected back to them. He heals off of the opponent's attempts to damage him because of the life drain phase. That's insane. That's completely ridiculous. So that is one thing you can do with Martian Manhunter. Very, very cool setup. Another thing is if you wanted to maybe make him, instead of a tank, maybe you want to make him a carry. What I would do is I would pair him alongside Black Knight Batman. I feel like that would be a good pick. That way he gets the block breaks from his passive. And then I would probably do Black Knight Superman. But Hawkgirl is also a good choice. Black Knight Hawkgirl. Because of the resurrection. I just like Superman because I will admit Manhunter cannot chain a Special 2 or Special 1 from the Master's Death cards fully. So you do have to use a setup that's like Totem plus Race School Scimitar. Which means you're going to have to block and then attack. Block, then do your Special 2. You can't go Special 2 right away. Well, you could, because you do have 30% chance. But 30% is not that high. But anyway, what I would do is I would do Totem plus Race School Scimitar and most likely League of Assassins Adept Knives. And the reason why we have this is Manhunter has a one-hit Special 1. That is very good. And notably, about the Special 1, it can actually bypass Raven Prime's health swap. It is a specific kind of special where he goes invisible, like he warps out of the screen and reappears. There are very, very few specials like that. One of them is Martian Manhunter Special 1. Another, Teen Titans Raven Special 2. This is probably the most famous for this little effect because she disappears during her Special 2. And another, specifically during one attack of his Special 2, New 2 Shazam. So those are a couple characters that can do that. They can actually attack Raven Prime with their specials without triggering the health passive, the health swap, and basically losing all their health to Raven. Manhunter and Teen Titans Raven are the best of this because it'll never happen to Manhunter, and in Raven she has the majority of her Special 2 where she is invisible or she disappears. So that's really cool. Another thing you could do is not this. Probably Fourth of Valley Mace, Heart of Darkness, Demon Blade. I will admit he is not the greatest Special 2 carry because he does have a meter burn in his Special 2, and that is very slow. Especially you have to do multiple Special 2s of fights. That is multiple meter burns. So you have to tap over and over, and that's really slow. It's 5 seconds a mini game. Special 1 is a lot better in my opinion. It is a pretty cool Special 2 though. I will admit. I guess it's very aesthetically pleasing to watch him attack. But I think, honestly, your best bet is something like this. To really, abuse that one-hit Special 1, the Phase Assault. And it even says here, he phases through the grounds and then reappears, For the teammates, for Batman, in this case, I would have Batman very low promoted, and not high promoted like I do have here. Batman's a carry for me, but if you wanted to make Batman a support for like Doomsday or Manhunter, you would have him low promoted. And I would do Claw of Horse, Ibistic, and Magic Death Card to utilize the Claw of Horse plus Death Card interaction. And of course, because he's a Batman, you do get the multiple gear effects applied on Special 1. That goes for Claw of Horse and also Ibistic, and other DOT gears if you have those. And for Superman, you would just go for a very basic Astro Harness plus 4th World setup. And that would be your team. And this is a very nice little team here. You have a good Gear Shatter, you have a good tank, and you have a good Special 1 carry. And you have cool passives to go along with it, being Block Break Chance and Health Regain on KOs from Superman. This is very cool. And you also immune to unblockables too, so that will really help you if you fight enemy Blackest Night teams to have Batman. Because it's really annoying trying to turtle and land unblocked specials when you have a Blackest Night Flash that has a very annoying basic attack pattern. It's really tough to try and hit specials against him. Especially if he has Superman himself, because then you can't even get block breaks on him. So you have to really time your attacks. So being able to be immune to unblockable attacks is really nice for a carry that has Raise Cool Scimitar. So there is that. There is one last thing I would do for offense. This is how I use Manhunter right now. Also I do want to mention, if you wanted to, you could have Blackest Night Hawkgirl instead of Superman. Admittedly, for Special 1 carries, you do tend to trigger Brandis Ninjato users, like this guy right here. And if they have Ninjato, they will get a lot of power, and they will tag in and go for a Special 2 or a super move, and that will threaten a KO on your characters, and you want to make sure you have protection against that. Having Superman with Astro Hunters in 4th World definitely helps, but if you wanted some more protection, having Hawkgirl to give everybody a resurrection would definitely be very helpful. That would make it so your Manhunter could resurrect, as for the other characters as well. But what I use Manhunter with now is I do a very simple team. I do Doomsday Prime, and I do just a regular support. I like to pair him with New for 2 Nightwing, because admittedly Doomsday does not have very much issues with Astro Harness. He is also a 1-hit Special 1, a 1-hit Special 2. He has no problems with Astro Harness, therefore he does not need a very good Gear Shatterer. So you can just throw anybody with him for the purpose of shattering gears, on the off chance that you do, because you always want to have Claw Horse on somebody. But I like to use Claw Horse, Enchantress, and Ibistic. And then I do, with Manhunter, just the typical Astro Harness plus 4th World combo. Can't go wrong with that, especially on Special 1 carry. Like I said, someone has Ninjato, you need to tag out so you don't get blown up by a super move. And then with Doomsday, I like to utilize Master Death Card plus Tainted Totem, and of course, League of Assassins Depth Knives. Doomsdays are very, very good Special 1 carries. I can actually show you in a fight right here. The Special 1 starts up extremely quick. Like, it comes out very, very fast. And it changes Master Death Card. And his basics. You know, so he's very, very, very fast. Special 2 also changed some basics. Not basic, Master Death Card, I'm sorry. So, there's one. Okay. And then another one right after. And another. And another. Very fast, very quick Special 1 carry. So basically that's what I do. You know, I just tag in Doomsday and you just drop Special 1s over and over and over, see how fast that was. And even if you fight like an Astro Harness user, even if they're in the first slot, the cool thing is you can just do a Special 2 instead and just completely one-shot them, because he has an extremely powerful 1-hit Special 2. Just body anybody. Like, he does not care about Astro Harness. So that's why I have, you know, just a pretty plain and normal Gear Shatterer. But on that team, Manhunter does not have, you know, anything crazy here. He's just a tank, you know. But let's talk about other ways to use the gear we mentioned earlier. Scarecrow's Mask. So this is a gear that actually has a lot of usage, and you can have with other characters too. Like not just Manhunter, but lots of characters. Like, and I mean lots. You could just make it anybody, but in particular, there are some really good ones to mention. So with the gears we mentioned earlier, Batman Ninja Helmet, Killer Croc Companion Card Evolved, and the Scarecrow's Mask. If you get 2 bars of power, you can be completely immune to specials while blocking, and that is with any character. Now, there are characters that are better than this than others because they already have damage reduction passives, or they already start with 2 or more bars of power. Examples of this: Arkham Orange Batman, he starts out with 2 bars of power. Something like Batman Nightwing, he gets more power when he blocks special attacks from his passive. 200% power per block. That will stack with Scarecrow's Mask. He will get more power from block specials, therefore enabling him to reach 2 bars of power faster than normal. Static, same thing. Passive works the exact same way. He blocks specials, he gets power. More so for special 2s than special 1s, but he gets power from blocking specials. Scarecrow's Mask will add even more power to that, allowing him to get 2 bars faster if you were to use him in that way. Godfall Superman is a pretty interesting choice here because he actually gains power for blocking basic attacks, and he takes much less damage from blocked basic attacks as well. So with that gear set we mentioned, he can actually get to the point where he is taking 0 damage from both blocked specials and blocked basics. And he can do that, and also Regime Nightwing can do that. Now, Regime Nightwing does not get power from basics blocked, but he does take considerably less damage from basics. So he would be immune to basics even faster than normal. Though he is just a silver, Godfall Superman does have much higher stats, so he'd be better doing that. Other examples: Flashpoint Aquaman and Classic Scorpion. Now, they have passives where they have damage reduction on tagging from their passives. Flashpoint Aquaman has a water shield. Classic Scorpion has his fiery passive. Now, Classic Scorpion's passive will run out eventually, but with Flashpoint Aquaman and his teammates, if they're there, if you have taken 0 damage from a special, the water shield will not go away. If you have, and this is all you need to achieve this, only Killer Croc Companion Card Evolved and Scarecrow's Vanilla Mask. If you have these 2 gears and the water shield active, you will immediately, on tagging, take 0 damage from blocked specials. And the water shield will not go away, so you will keep it, and you will stay invincible to block specials. You do not need New 52 Shazam to do this. Now I repeat that you do not need New 52 Shazam to accomplish this. You can make your 3rd gear whatever you want. You can make it Green Gold Soda, so you're taking less damage from basics too. You can make it Astro Harness. That's a cool combo. I love doing this in Survivor. These 3 gears right here. And another option you can do is Let's Go Helmet. Again, take less damage from basics. Also get some crit boost too. Very nice. Even something like freaking Mother Box. Not even be terrible. But yeah, and of course you could still use Batman Ninja Helmet. And what's cool about that is if you use Ninja Helmets, once you get to a certain amount of power with this Flashpoint Aquaman and these gears, you will get to the point where you take 0 damage from specials, regardless if they are blocked or not. You can just eat specials unblocked and take literally 0 damage. Even if someone's like breaking your block, it doesn't matter. You will take 0. Like, that is crazy. Other examples: Red Lantern, he gets 3 bars right away. If you have Batman Ninja Helmet, Killer Croc Companion Card, and Scarecrow's Mask, you are invincible to specials immediately, right away. Now, that does require you to not use specials, but that makes you a complete giga tank, and you're just taking specials all day long, easily. Another thing I do want to mention about this setup for Flashpoint Aquaman or Batman, if you want to use him with this instead with Aquaman as a teammate. I made a very, very early game Shazam Flashpoint team for defense, and I used these 2 gears plus Let's Go helmet on Aquaman. I think it was actually Batman that I had it on, but anyway, it was very, very effective, and I won a lot of defense matches with it at the time, even though Shazam was unevolved, because I utilized the Water Shield, which is 40% Reflect, as you see here, plus Killer Croc and Panic Heart evolved, which is 30, as we saw. Now, Shazam, even unevolved, he gives 10% damage reduction to Justice League characters. Aquaman is Justice League. So those 3 makes 80%. Now, Scarecrow's Mask, even if it is not even upgraded, it still gives you 20% reflect damage back to the opponent when you block specials. So if you're following along, that is 40 plus 30 plus 10 plus 20. That is 100% immune to blocked specials with just an unevolved Shazam and unevolved Scarecrow's Mask. That is really, really, really nice early on. That can be very effective. And then I had crit augments and I had Let's Go helmet, so Aquaman could throw a special 1 from the power he gained from blocking specials, and it would do just a crap ton of DOT damage. So that was a really effective build that I used early on for defense. Other examples. Damage of Batman, if he's outnumbered, he gets damage reduction. Damage reduction stacks with Scarecrow's Mask. Very easy pick there. Could do it with Batgirl if you wanted to. She starts with some power. Not as much as Red Lantern or Arkham Witch Batman, but that is a pick. Regime Cyborg, here's a cool one. He gets a lot of power, way more than normal. So Scarecrow's Mask would be a really easy way to give him even more power when blocking specials. He could be a pretty cool tank with that setup, because he gets a lot of power. Classic Scorpion, like we said earlier. Now, like I mentioned, his passive, it does not last forever. It only lasts for 10 seconds. But you will do a crazy amount of damage if you reflect any specials back to the opponent, because his low passive here, that will actually stack alongside Scarecrow's Mask. So not only will you be immune if you have the right gear setup like we talked about, but you will do a crazy amount of damage back to the opponent from his passive. And what's cool here is he's also immune to DOT, so if they have like any kind of DOT effects from Ibistic, Let's Go helmet, or I don't know, Opposing Scorpion, he would not take damage from that. I think Killer Croc's a cool example of someone who goes Scarecrow's Mask, because his basics are pretty bad, so he can get the power that he needs to get more armor by blocking specials instead of going for basics. So that can be a good example of a character with Scarecrow's Mask. Anybody else here? Kind of Regime Green Lantern too, because he gets a lot of power and his teammates do the same thing. So if you have Scarecrow's Mask with Regime Green Lantern, that would be good. Same thing for 600 Wonder Woman. Same thing. Red Sun Green Lantern and his teammates, these guys have damage reduction for block specials and super moves, and that will actually stack with Scarecrow's Mask and other damage reduction gears. Same thing for General Zod, except just for Zod, not for other Landstorm characters or his teammates. But these guys, basically the same thing. They will take much less damage than specials, and Scarecrow's Mask will make that even more so. Anybody else here? I do think that's about it. I do want to show the Red Sun team, and I will actually try this in Bonus Battle 8, and you can see how good they are there. So I'll use my Elite 9 Red Sun Suitman that I got very recently. I'm very proud of him. And we will let's do Wonder Woman, and where's my Green Lantern? He's back here, isn't he? Where is he? Did I pass him? Yeah, I did. So we're going to do Red Sun Wonder Woman, because she gives power generation, which is going to greatly affect, the damage reduction build that we're going to give Red Sun Green Lantern. The more power you get, the tankier you are, right? So having 45% power generation is going to be very helpful to Red Sun Green Lantern, not this, to assist him in getting as tanky as possible, as fast as possible. Okay, so that's those gears. And then Wonder Woman. I think we're just going to do Astro Harness Fourth World. Yep, just fourth world chest plate and helmets. And I'm going to swap these so I don't waste the Astro Shield right away. And then for Superman, we're just going to do Massive Death Card, Totem, and Ibistic. Alright. So I'm going to get out of here so we can fight some harder opponents. So you can really see how good Scarecrow's Mask is. These are Elite 10 mini-boss characters. They're going to hit very hard with those damage stats. They're all over 100,000 damage. Okay? So you're going to see just how good Scarecrow's Mask is. It doesn't matter how high stats you are. Damage reduction is going to work. It's going to pull its weight. Elite 0s versus Elite 10s. Okay, so first I'm going to tag in Superman. That's scary. But I'm okay. Okay, that's a little annoying. But you know what? It's okay. Really what we just want to showcase is, the passive for Green Lantern. Okay, so I need him to get a special attack. So I'm just going to go for attacks here. Alright, and go. He is not wanting... There we go. Look at that. I just tanked it. You saw that, right? I just took 0 damage from the specials. And also did a fair bit of damage to Black Adam as well. So I'm going to go ahead and back out. I'm going to see if I can do this without Harley Quinn tagging in, because that is a hard part about doing matches for bonus part of 8. Harley Quinn has so much stats that she can just kind of just tear you up. Nothing you can really do about it. I'm going to see if I can get her to not do that. God dang it. I can't even, like, block that, dude. Okay. Can I tag him in? There we go. Let's see, if I can get him to a special 2, that'd be great. Like right now. There we go. Look at that. Nothing. Look at that. Just taking no damage. Want to do it again? Yep, couldn't kill me. Alright, let's get out of here. Anyway, point proven. Let's see if I can showcase somebody else. So I did write some Green Lantern. Let's do like Static, you know? Man, where is he? Not you. Oh, there you are. So I'm gonna do Static, and then I'm gonna do... I'm just gonna bring Batman just to make sure I can still win this, because they're being very uncooperative. So I'm gonna have Batman with me. And then I'm actually gonna bring, like, Crypto Lex Luthor, just so I can have some more health. So that Harley, if she is being annoying, she doesn't just, wreck my day. Not you. So I'm going to bring Lex Luthor. You should be right around here. There you are. Okay. So same gear as last time. Actually, let me showcase something else. The Ninja Helmet is good, of course, but let me do something else. Let me do Killer Croc, because, again, if she tags in, that's going to be really annoying. So let's make it so not only I do less damage, I take less damage from the machine gun, but I will still take much less damage from specials, because Let's Go Helmet is a really good combo with Scarecrow's Mask and Killer Croc Repenting Card too. It will make you take extremely less damage. So let's do, Demon Blade. I'm going to do Enchantress too. And then Totem, in case I need to still win. to just do Astral Harness 4th World on Let's Go Through. Come on, man. Just start. There we go. Just start swiping. Please put the gears on. Thank you. My game is lagging out, I'm not going to lie. Okay. And start. All right, let's go. So what's going to happen is Static is going to block a special, right? He's going to gain power from it, and he's going to gain power from his passive too. So that will give him a lot of power. Okay, no Harley this time, which is good, but we're taking much damage from basics. That's very nice. We can just sit here and block basics all day. Look how little damage we took. Look how little damage we took. Do it again. That's pitiful. It's not 0, but it's still so little.